Good evening and welcome to Sunset News this Monday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, international affairs and more. I am Diana Master. In the news tonight, only 53% of children in Namibia have birth certificates, according to data presented today by the Namibia Statistics Agency during a civil registration and Vital Statistics CRVS Strategic Plan Validation Workshop. Speaking at the workshop, Pauline Nkono said the figures show significant disparities across regions in birth registration coverage. She noted that regions such as Khomas and Irongo recorded relatively higher numbers of children with birth certificates, while Kavango West was identified as one of the regions with the lowest registration levels. Nkono emphasized that improving civil registration systems is critical to ensuring that all children are properly documented from birth, as this forms the foundation for access to essential services such as education, healthcare, and social protection. She further stressed the need for strengthened coordination and improved access to registration services, particularly in under-resourced and remote areas, in order to close the current gap in birth registration coverage across the country. Let's take a look.
Population aged 0 with birth certificates. And that's the question was in this book, the data collection that asked whether people have birth certificates. 65%. And if you go to the details, you find that the data the color is that the more children with birth certificates. And the lighter, the lesser the children with birth certificates also. That's it. And then you can see that a lot of Khomas, Hadab, and Karas where the people, where the districts where more children with birth certificates. And Kavango West was the lesser, where children have the birth certificates. The national figure is 53 for children with birth certificates. And when you go to the regions, you find that Karas and Erongo were the regions where more children aged 0 with had birth certificates. And then
in our next story, speaking at the launch of the Movement International Dance Festival of Namibia 2026 this morning, French Ambassador Cécile Vigneault highlighted France's financial support for the initiative. She said the partnership between the French Embassy, the Oya Dance Troupe and the FNCC is expected to strengthen cultural exchange, nurture artistic talent and create new opportunities for dancers in Namibia and beyond. Ambassador Vigneault expressed confidence that the festival will contribute to the growth of Namibia's creative sector while deepening cultural cooperation between the participating institutions.
This position has been very clearly stated from the beginning, and it has created a momentum really within the cultural sector in Namibia. And the French embassy in the country, in Windhoek, wants to be fully part of this dynamic, because we think that we can contribute in some way or another. Second, France is, I think I can say it, is a country of culture. A culture of culture in all its forms and expressions, welcoming cultural diversity from all over the world, be that cinema, books, visual arts, dance, music, theater, architecture, fashion, but as well animation, video games, you name it. And over the time, over the decades, we have built a strong cultural and creative industry based on an environment conducive to creativity, a multitude of professions as well, a vast network of institutions, venues for cultural expressions, funding and training systems, and of course an extremely diverse address a large audience. It's all these elements, in fact, built over time that are essential to the emergence of a cultural and industrial.
President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah earlier today continued her nationwide tour of agricultural projects with a visit to the Sikondo Green Scheme in the Kavango West region. She is accompanied by Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Land Reform Inge Zamwani and Minister in the Presidency Charles Mubita. During the visit, Farm Manager Maxwell Ngidinwa guided the delegation through the scheme, showcasing a variety of crops currently under cultivation as part of ongoing production activities. The President is also expected to visit the Uvungu Vungu Green Scheme, or rather she did visit the Uvungu Vungu Green Scheme later on, and in a separate stop, President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah commended the progress made at the Uvungu Vungu Green Scheme in Kavango East, where the project has achieved full utilization of its agricultural land for the first time. Farm Manager Florian Smith informed the President that the scheme is now operating at over 100% planting capacity. The President expressed satisfaction with the development and congratulated management, staff and workers for the achievement. The visit forms part of a continued assessment of agricultural productivity and state-led green schemes across the country. In our next story, last week, Bronwyn Moody outlined what customers can expect following the launch of Bank Windhoek's new digital hub at Koriankab Mall. The announcement followed the official opening of what is Bank Windhoek's first digital-focused branch at the newly built mall, aimed at improving access to banking services for surrounding communities. Moody explained that the initiative is designed to bring banking services closer to residents while also enhancing convenience through digital banking solutions and improved customer experience. She said the branch reflects the bank's broader strategy of expanding service points in underserved areas and integrating technology-driven banking services. The Koriankab Mall Digital Hub is expected to reduce travel distances for clients and provide easier access to essential financial services within the community.
Today we are very excited to launch the first digital hub for Bank Windhoek at the newly finalized Koriankab Mall. This is an extension of our Katutura branch, and our main aim with this today is to really bring banking and services closer to the people, where we allow the Koriankab community and communities close by, even from Isdal, which is close, to come and experience our digital solutions that we offer to the public, our clients in specific. At the branch, you can now come, you withdraw your money. We have a withdrawal system that you can utilize. You can now come and print your bank's printed, stamped bank statements. You can deposit money. So we've got a full service suite of digital banking solutions inside. For those who still need that private contact or with our staff members, we do have sales advisors on call here that you can speak to in our digital hub. In addition, today on the 29th, as part of the opening, we do have a activation here for you today, where you can experience and talk to our team about a wide variety of banking products offered by Bank Windhoek. In addition, we will be here again on the 5th of June to offer you and support you in your banking needs, all with the compliments of Bank Windhoek.
And that brings us to the end of our top story segment, but after the break, we bring you our Community Talk News.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
Starting us off in our community talk news, Okahanja activist Sethi Gariseb has confirmed that a peaceful demonstration is scheduled to take place in Okahanja on the 15th of June 2026. Gariseb told Network Media Hub that protesters are expected to march to the Okahanja municipality premises at 10 a.m. where they will demand answers from local authorities regarding service delivery challenges in the town. He said public confidence in the town's leadership is low, adding that residents feel local leadership is discommunicated from community needs. Gariseb further claimed that some municipal leaders reside in Windhoek and commute to Okahanja for work, which contributes to poor responsiveness. According to him, community members are calling for urgent improvements in basic services, including access to water, electricity and land allocation.
As ons die optocht die 15e gaan nou, if you're going to have the demonstration on the 15th of next month of June. Nee. We are just going to look for the answers. Ons gaan soek net antwoorde. Want die show wat ons nou gehad het is daar vir 5 jaar. En een ding wat ek opgetref van hierdie show is, die show bully die councillors. As 'n councillor, jy kan nie van die show gaan bully word nie. Jy is gekies van die mense. Show is gekies van die mense nie. So as show kan nie vir ons bully nie. So ons kom daar, ons sal 'n optog daar gaan nou die 15de by die munisipaliteit. Ons sal daar oorslaap. Ons wil weet wat gaan met Okahanja aan. Volgende week as jy vir ons spaar, Sondag, ons 'n meeting by die gemeenskapsaal, hier by die groot winkels wat hulle sê Kamana Sport net in die straat. Hoekom by die gemeenskapsaal? Ons wil hê hulle moet die gemeenskapsaal terugbring, laat ons kan op ons vergaderings daar hou. Want altyd was hy self gebruik. Maar is no probleem. Vir 5 jaar het jy as 'n sieu gekom, jy perform nie. Nee? So ons gaan sê daar soos ons daar by mekaar kom, daar sê ons dan sieu, hy moet uitgaan. Hy het net gekom vir Okahanja kom. Hy moet terug gaan na Omaruru toe. En hy moet saamvat sy finance manager, die HR, die mense moet die saamvat. Ons wil weet van Okahanja, hoeveel kinders moet die beleid aangestel van Okahanja. Ons wil weet van Sonoret, wat sy rol kon speel Sonoret, laat 'n legpaal moet daar vir die 3 maande of 5 maande donker moet staan, dan moet die mense doodgemaak word in Okahanja nie.
In Kavango East, a collection of historical artifacts at Santa Joseph Parish Missionary Church in Shambu constituency is being proposed for preservation and transformation into a museum. Church Council member Hamupembe Berthold says the artifacts, believed to date back several decades, are linked to early German missionary activity in the region. The collection includes woodcraft, stone gems, traditional bows and arrows, crocodile skins and animal horns, all currently preserved within the church premises. Berthold is calling for the items to be properly documented and conserved, saying they could be developed into a museum to promote education, tourism and heritage preservation in the region. Stay with us. Right after the break, we bring you the latest in the world of economics.
The land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
Tonight in economic news, the Namibia Airports Company has confirmed the arrival of the inaugural Edelweiss Air Flight WK82 from Zurich, Switzerland, which is scheduled to land at Hosea Kutako International Airport tonight at 7:40 p.m. The flight marks a new air connectivity link between Namibia and Switzerland, with the Namibia Airports Company extending a warm welcome to arriving passengers. According to NAC Marketing Officer Dan Kamati, the aircraft will be received with a traditional water salute upon arrival, as is customary for inaugural and special flights at the airport. He further noted that while tonight's arrival will be a modest operational welcome, the official celebratory ceremony for the new route will take place tomorrow, Tuesday, the 2nd of June 2026. The introduction of the Zurich-Windhoek connection is expected to enhance Namibia's international aviation profile and support increased tourism and business travel between Southern Africa and Central Europe, strengthening the country's position as a growing regional aviation hub. In our next story, concerns have been raised over emerging challenges affecting grape exports at the Atunda farming site, where an outbreak of flies has been identified as a major obstacle to production standards required for international markets. Farm manager Sabran Potgieter explained that the presence of flies poses a serious threat to export compliance, as grape orchards must remain completely free of such infestations to meet phytosanitary requirements. He called for urgent intervention from the Ministry of Agriculture alongside agricultural researchers to support effective fly control measures that would help protect production and maintain export eligibility. Potgieter also highlighted that flies are strongly attracted to mangoes, we are experiencing some technical difficulties, but we will be right back right after this short commercial break. As mentioned in our earlier story before the commercial break, let's take a look at the video.
Yeah. Then they lay the eggs inside the mango. That is where the development of the flies goes.
As you said, what is the challenge we got here, or not expanding?
Yes.
Is this?
So first we have to address this.
Yes.
Before we go to the expansion.
We can't export this. Grapes is enough for Namibia.
Yeah.
For the early market. Our concern coming in November.
Yeah.
We are early. It's fine. But there's a good market to develop it to overseas, right? But we can't expand. You allow one fly in the orchard. We got a bomb there, and it is a bomb problem for Namibia.
But how are you controlling them to protect this orchard
Yeah,
for
you
local
need
markets?
to regularly spray. All the fruit must be harvested. No fruit falling on the ground. And the problem is that the mangoes are too much for the area. So you need processing. They said about juice they want to do or what else. The mangoes is too much for the people. So they need to come people that could make ajar of it, people that could make a juice of it. That is three things that you could do with the mangoes. You could make it dry, you could make juice of it, you could make ajar of it, you could do it fresh. There is opportunities, but you need people with knowledge.
Now let's take a look at the financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades at 21.86 against the British pound, 18.94 against the euro, 16.24 against the US dollar, and 2 Namibian dollars and 40 cents buys you 1 Chinese yuan. Looking at commodities, gold and platinum on a downturn of 1.86 and 0.66% respectively, while copper and Brent crude oil are on an upturn of 1.46 and 4.81% respectively. And now let's get straight into our international news segment. Health authorities in the Democratic Republic of Congo have reported a positive development in the ongoing Ebola outbreak after 5 patients recovered and were discharged from hospital. Among those discharged were 4 nurses treated in Bunia, the capital of Ituri province, which remains the epicenter of the outbreak, as well as a laboratory worker who had earlier recovered. Officials say the current outbreak is suspected to have caused nearly 250 deaths, with more than 1,000 suspected cases recorded across affected areas. Health authorities continue to stress that Ebola is survivable if patients seek early medical attention, highlighting the importance of rapid detection, isolation, contact tracing, and strong community engagement in containing the spread. During a discharge ceremony, World Health Organization Director General Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus praised the recovered health workers, saying their recovery demonstrates that the outbreak can be brought under control. He also acknowledged the risks faced by frontline medical staff, many of whom have lost their lives while treating patients. The outbreak is caused by the Bundibugyo strain of Ebola, for which there is currently no approved vaccine, although research and experimental development are ongoing. Cases remain concentrated in eastern DRC and parts of Uganda, which has reported 9 confirmed cases and 1 death, while health officials have also investigated suspected cases abroad, including in Brazil. Authorities continue to warn that challenges such as unsafe burials and community resistance are hampering response efforts, urging public trust in health workers and strict adherence to hygiene measures as the outbreak continues. And now let's take a look at the weather predictions. Inanna can expect clear conditions and bright and sunny skies, maximum temperatures of 29 degrees Celsius and minimum temperatures of 12 degrees Celsius. Here in Windhoek, it is expected to be the coldest at 9 degrees Celsius and the warmest at 22 degrees Celsius. Looking over at the coast in Swakopmund, it is partly cloudy conditions. Maximum temperatures are expected to be at 19 degrees Celsius, while minimum temperatures are expected to be at 15 degrees Celsius. In Ariamsvlei, partly cloudy conditions are to be expected as well. Maximum temperatures will be at 27 degrees Celsius, and minimum temperatures will be at 16 degrees Celsius. Now, before we say our goodbye, let's get into our sports news with Ari Hogad.
Good day, everyone. Time for international sports news. And starting off with soccer news first, it is UEFA Champions League result, and it's a big day for Paris Saint-Germain. They beat Arsenal in the final of the Champions League, and that was a 4-3 on penalties after it was 1-1 after normal time and extra time. What happened in the game was Kai Havertz scored in the 6th minute already for Arsenal, but then it was in the 64th minute. It was 1-1 with a penalty from Ousmane Dembele, and he scored for PSG. So PSG, they successfully defended their title. They also won the Champions League the previous year in 2025. More football news is that Liverpool Football Club, they seem to have opened a formal talks with the coach of the former coach of Bournemouth, that is Andoni Aruala, and they will talk with him, and that is because it is Arne Slot that was sacked by Liverpool over the weekend. So Liverpool needs a new coach, and it was Aruala that did well with Bournemouth. He coached them to a top 8 position in the English Premier League. On to rugby news, and the semi-final times have been confirmed and games have been confirmed for this coming weekend. That's the United Rugby Championship, and it will be on Saturday, 3:30 p.m. Namibian time. It will be Glasgow Warriors that will host the Bulls. That will be in Edinburgh. That's after the Bulls beat Munster, and it was the Glasgow Warriors that got the better of Connacht. That was in the quarterfinals. Then also at 6:30, that is Namibian time on Saturday, it will be Leinster that will host the Stormers. Leinster got the better of the Lions, and it was the Stormers that beat Cardiff in Cape Town. So that final will be 6:30. That is in Namibian time, and that game will be played in Belfast. Also, team news from the Stormers team is that fly half Sasha Feinbaker Kumazulu, he injured his ankle in the game against Cardiff, and reports is that he will be out for at least 3 months. So also not good news for the Springboks, that is Sasha Feinbaker Kumazulu. Also, cycling news, it is Jonas Vingegaard that won the Giro d'Italia, and that concluded over the weekend. And then also golf news to close off today's international sports news. It is Russell Henley. He's the winner of the Charles Schwab golf tournament that is part of the PGA in America. He won it on a playoff that was against Eric Cole, and that was played in Fort Worth, Texas. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we'll talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. I am Diana Master, and this has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.